Wes from NewFrame here. Has anyone out there felt like the walls were coming down around you? Like there was no way out? Felt like there's nothing you could do to help your pain and felt that it's only going to get worse from here? From time to time, I feel like we all feel that. But this probably isn't the best way of thinking. And in this video, I'll tell you why. When we're feeling this way, we have a special name for it. We call it pain catastrophizing. And as the name implies, we're essentially thrown into a catastrophe from all the pain we experience. This is the feeling you get when you feel like you hit a dead road, or there's nothing you or anyone can do to help your pain no matter what. Think of it as being stuck in the doldrums of the pain experience. And this could be sparked for any reason, but we often see it when getting some unfortunate medical news like a new diagnosis, or when medical professionals are unable to find anything wrong on your medical scans, or even just being thrown down and worn down and tired by feeling pain all the time. Essentially, pain catastrophizing happens when we're fed up, frustrated, and defeated. And as you can imagine, this is not a good place to be. Basically, when catastrophizing, nothing productive ever gets done. And often it just leaves us feeling terrible. And there's a reason for this. When we catastrophize, we start going through a reinforcing loop that solidifies our negative feelings. It goes a little something like this. First step, something sparks the loop, like getting bad news or just feeling fed up. 2, catastrophizing. You start thinking there's nothing that can be done to help your pain, and things are only going to get worse from here. Then 3, that going through that thought process makes you feel depressed and increases your fear. And then 4, that decreased mood and increased fear make you start catastrophizing even further. The dangerous thing is that these feelings and behaviors reinforce each other. And before you know it, you accidentally start feeding into a self-fulfilling prophecy that just leaves you feeling awful. But here's the good news. There's a way to get out of this terrible cycle. And before we get started, there are heaps and heaps of things you can do to help crawl out of that pain cycle. But we're just going to focus on 3 main things that we've had success with and that you can do today. The first one is to check your mindset. This research has primarily been done by Carol Dweck, a professor over at Stanford University, who has a brilliant book called Mindset, which is a great read for anyone that's interested in learning more. Essentially, there are 2 main types of mindsets Dweck has identified in individuals: a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. The first one, a fixed mindset, you can think of as being constrained by your beliefs. People with a fixed mindset identify with the statements, failure is the limit of my abilities, I can either do it or I can't do it, or I'm either good at it or I'm not. Having a fixed mindset is when you believe some part of your life cannot change no matter what. Or, as the name implies, it's fixed. While the other, a growth mindset, is all about thinking those same parts in your life can change, specifically for the better. People with a growth mindset identify with the statements, failure is an opportunity to grow, I like to try new things, and challenges help me grow. What we want to do is foster a growth mindset when it comes to your pain. Believing your pain can change for the positive is a great place to start. But be careful with this. I'm not saying that believing you can get better will automatically make you feel better. If it was that easy, nobody would be in pain. It's just believing things can change is the first necessary step to change. Because if you don't believe your pain can improve, then you'll be fighting an uphill battle against yourself. You'll fall into a self-fulfilling prophecy, and instead of looking for improvements, you'll be looking for ways you haven't made any improvements. And this is especially challenging because a lot of times these improvements come in small packages. And if you believe you can't improve, not only will you not try, you'll get discouraged before you can see any significant gains. So that's mindset. The second tip is a two-part process we call acceptance. This tip boils down to accepting where you are in your pain process and accepting there's a potential for you to feel better. Many times we get caught in the pain catastrophizing cycle when we feel that we need to start feeling better before we start improving our lives. That the idea is that you can't work on advancing your life until you're back to normal. Ironically, putting your life on hold will often make you feel worse. By accepting your current state and making the commitment to slowly work on improving yourself, you can fight the pain catastrophizing cycle and start improving your life. So, try this one at home. Take a second and close your eyes. And accept where you are right now. But also accept that you will feel better and that you can make improvements. The final tip is employing gratitude. One of the biggest symptoms of being in the pain catastrophizing cycle is being encumbered with negative thoughts and emotions, which make it difficult to see the positives in your life. Being grateful for the parts of your life and the good things that can happen throughout your day can further help dig yourself out of that hole of negativity. A good exercise for this is to actively write down 3 things you're grateful for. Not only is this a great practice to do at baseline, pain or no pain, it's also a beneficial practice to help boost you up during the parts of your pain journey where you might feel down. These can be simple too. Being grateful for waking up in the morning, or having food to eat, or even things that don't change too often, like having friends and family, can all be beneficial things to write down. So let's take a second and do this now. Pause the video and try writing down just one thing. Just one thing. And if you don't have a pen and paper, I'll give you a few seconds now to go grab one. And I'm even going to write something down myself. So, what did you write down? Could you think of anything? If you can't think of anything, maybe try writing down having the ability to learn more about pain or even accessing the internet. It's the little things in life that count. But that will wrap things up for the day. To learn more about pain and what you can do to help it, be sure to check out our videos every Thursday for more information. Also, feel free to check our previous videos to learn about more topics. And until next time, take care.